last year, defense leads the nation in turnovers. How do you get better than what you were last year?
I think you get better by not being satisfied by what you did the year before, leaving the past in the past, and knowing you guys were good, but it's a different team. We lost some players, but we definitely added some players this year. So I think if we keep that aspect and want to get better and want to improve on being the number one, I think it'll put us back at the top.
Okay. Last year, you had 6 interceptions, tied for best in the nation for freshmen, Sporting News freshman All-American. What are your goals for this year? How do you top that?
I definitely want to improve on what I did last year. I think I definitely could work harder, being a leader, being more involved with the defense, and just knowing my role as a player and as a teammate to my teammates. I'm never satisfied with what I've done. I thought it was a good year last year, but I definitely think there's a lot of things that I can improve on, especially being a sophomore this year. So there's still a lot of room for improvement, I feel like.
What about what do you see as the team's goals for this year?
As a team, I think we weren't satisfied with just going to the bowl game and just going to the MAC championship. I think we want to win both. Our coaches have ingrained in us that it's not good enough to win 9 games. We want to get over the hump and finally win 10 games and finally win a bowl game and finally win the championship. So I think if we keep working hard as a team, I think that's a goal that we can achieve this year.
Okay. I know you're only a week into camp, but you're sophomore now, but you're out there looking at some of the true freshmen. Any of those guys kind of catching your eye so far, like a weekend that you're impressed with?
There are definitely a lot of them working hard. As a safety position, they're still trying to catch on. From summer, they still, we only go over the basic coverages in the summer, so it's a little bit more difficult coming into camp and coaches throwing things at you left and right. So, but they're definitely learning and they're definitely catching on pretty quick.
Okay. Can you give me you got some good depth at the safety position, I think, and can you give me a scouting report on your fellow safeties?
As a whole, I think we're doing great. We're pushing each other. I think it's better because last year it wasn't that good of a rotation because we had some injuries in there, so we couldn't really come out when we wanted to or really needed to. So I think the depth is really going to help us, whether it's Steve and Hilton or me and Donovan. Coach likes to mix it up while we've been practicing, so I think it's definitely going to be a great thing that we have a lot of depth this year.